say hi and wave to the camera?
Hi. Well, my grandmother worked for a theatrical agent in New York City for many, many years. And so as a pretty young child, I was exposed to a lot of great theater. When I was about 10, maybe 12, I saw Lynn Redgrave perform St. Joan in Joan of Arc, and I thought to myself, I have to find a way to be involved in telling stories like this. I started out as a lighting designer and spent many, many years doing lighting design all over the country, but came upon this job in the high school, and it was such a thrill to pass on the learning to a younger generation. Lighting and sound, they can enhance the story in such a vivid way that for me, it's joyous. Even when the story is awful or icky, I get very content at assisting with an environmental contribution to the telling of the story. It feeds my soul. I can't imagine not telling stories.
Tell us one.
Okay. A guy goes into a crystal shop, and he takes his cane and he starts running along the shelves, knocking all the glass down off the shelves. And the owner of the shop comes running over. Sir, can I help you? Oh no, I'm just looking around. Well, I had cancer. And at one point during my second battle, my white blood cells got confused and attacked my retinas instead of the cancer. So I was driving home from the theater one afternoon and suddenly realized that I couldn't see my mirrors, that my peripheral vision was limited. And then I realized I couldn't actually see the hood of the car. And then I got a little white-knuckled and made it home. And the following day, went to worked a little bit later so that it was dark when I left the theater. And I didn't even make it all the way home. So within about 36 hours, I went from full vision to 2 tiny pin spots, one in each eye. I absolutely had the feeling that this was it. Put me in a rocking chair or put me on an iceberg and put me out to sea. I didn't, no pun intended, I didn't see a future. And despite having been told at my job that I could do this job with my eyes closed, the minute I went blind, I was told to select a retirement date and was replaced. I was pretty desolate initially at the loss of my vision, the loss of mobility from losing my ability to drive. I was afraid to go into my kitchen and pick up a knife for fear of cutting off fingers I couldn't see. I have really learned that I have skills that allow me to cope with my blindness and continue to be who I am inside. That hasn't changed. My friends are still my friends. My heart is still my heart. And I still love the things I've always loved. I learned to cook again. I'm back in my kitchen. I'm not afraid of my knives. Learning to walk with a cane and hear the traffic and hear the tap of the cane on the sidewalk. Learning Braille. I want to continue to tell the stories. I'm very lucky. Not a lot of people survive cancer 3 times. Not a lot of people get lucky enough to find the orientation and training program. Not a lot of people are lucky enough to know a Misty Doty who will take them on and teach them what they hope can be the next chapter of their life. The next way that I can continue to participate in the telling of everyone's stories.